Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We're the odds couple. We are from SportsBookReview.com. It's Week 6 in the NFL. We're going to talk about the very interesting Monday night game right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. This line was it didn't come up on the opening lines on Sunday night because of the questions surrounding Carson Palmer and maybe Nick Mangold as well. But Palmer is now officially going to play, right? The reports are that he's going to start.
Yeah.
He passes concussion protocol, which explains why Arizona is a 7.5-point favorite. The total is at 46. A lot of issues here. How effective will Carson Palmer be? How much will the injury to Mangold affect the Jets? And then you have the Jets with like a depleted secondary, but a very strong pass rush. And then you have, Arizona with some defense that's been vulnerable. Palmer hasn't really been getting it done, but they still have, Johnson and Fitzgerald who are strong underneath. A lot of factors here to consider. What's your take on this game, Mike?
Well, first of all, Monday Night Football, I think it'd be cool if the guys calling the game in the booth this week at Monday night would step out and let me, you, and Joe step in and just do one Monday night game. I think we would have a blast. I think we would do very well. With that being said, here's two teams, and I try to leave everything in the rearview mirror, but these two teams both have bit me. Jets bit me on the first half by going against them last week. Cardinals, I can't tell you how bad they bit me a couple weeks ago, but if there was ever a time where a team has to, all right, straighten it out, this is the game. All right, Mangold, that is, and Pete, you brought this up in a video, that position that he plays
can be under the radar.
Absolutely under the radar. Not just that guy is a vocal leader in the locker room, Mangold is, and he's been he literally has been on that field for many, many years for this team. That is going to be something, an adjustment's not going to be easy to get over. Bruce Arians is what wins this game, all right? They got to get it done. This is do or die for the Cardinals. They know it. They're at home, and literally it's do or die. Drew Stanton proved that he has nothing to offer that team as a backup as far as consistency to win the big games. The defense has some holes. I don't know. This is the week they have to do something. I'm staying the hell off it, but I think they will get it done. Big Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, Mike, as far as what you said, it's ironic because when I went away to college, I did some play-by-play, and if my life worked out 100% perfectly, I would be announcing this game. But still, the fact that I'm handicapping it, not a bad consolation prize. But anyway.
And plus, you get on with the odds couple at Costa Rica. That's a hell of a good, consolation prize.
Well, that is true. I'd probably be more like Al Michaels, where I'd both refer to the point spread and be calling. I know that Al is doing the Sunday night football now, but I'd be more like Al Michaels, where I'd be still talking about the point spread during the game itself. But anyway, as far as this game is concerned, look, in the case of the New York Jets, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was always a decent quarterback, good enough to be a starting quarterback, but never a great quarterback, he's dropped off. Brandon Marshall looks like he may or may not be among the elite receivers anymore. And remember, for years, I've been a critic of Carson Palmer. Now, the first 12 games of last year, I started to say, what? Maybe he is the quintessential late bloomer. Then he started to tail off towards the end of the year. This year, he hasn't really done anything to convince me that he's anything other than an overrated quarterback. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's good enough to be starting in the NFL, but I still think he's very overrated. Yes, the Jets struggle greatly against the pass. They allow 8.7 yards per pass to teams normally getting just 6.9. But I'm not convinced that a rusty, overrated Carson Palmer is going to be able to exploit that, even though, as Peter pointed out, it's not like he's short on weapons. But meanwhile, Arizona, their defense has been doing the job. They allow only 5.5 yards per pass to teams normally getting 6.4. All in all, I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. So I will go with the under.
Really? Because I was leaning towards the over, Joe. I was thinking that, the Arizona might not necessarily be in a good enough spot to cover a 7.5-point spread, but I thought that they would be able to put up the points against, the beleaguered secondary of the Jets, and I figured that the Jets, I'm a little bit...
That's where I'm wondering, that's where I want to stop you. What did you see from the Jets last week that Pete, I don't think that team's going to get 14 points.
Right.
I really don't, with all due respect.
And then who's the guy who's out? The Decker's out.
Yeah, Decker's out for sure.
Marshall.
And when Joe was breaking that down, there's another thing that Carson Palmer does have. He's got another year older. So you know what? This could be a low-scoring affair, guys. And you guys are the totals, guys.
All right. I'm still trying to figure out what I think about this one, but Joe Duffy with a lean towards the under, and right now it's a 46 or 46.5, and that has gone down a bit from an earlier line of 47 that I saw. This is a 10-foot pole for you as of right now,
Absolutely, 10-foot pole.
All right. Joe Duffy, though, leaning under, and Joe Duffy's website is OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe, give a plug for that.
And I do have a premium play on the side on that one at OffshoreInsiders.com. And if you're watching this Saturday on Sunday or Sunday, plenty of big picks for this weekend at OffshoreInsiders.com. We'll give you all the details.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.